So let's talk about Spawn. Is this adaptation of Todd McFarlane's dark superhero really that bad after 25 and a half years? Or am I going to have to give this one some good old fashioned Big D justice? Find out right now in this review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1997 superhero flick Spawn, released by New Line Cinema, based on the Image Comics character of the same name, created by Todd McFarlane. Starring Michael Jai White in the title role, along with John Leguizamo, Martin Sheen, Teresa Randall, D.B. Sweeney, and Nicole Williamson in his final film role. The film was directed by Mark A.Z. DePay. The film depicts the origin story of the title character, a murdered U.S. Marine who is resurrected as the reluctant leader of Hell's Army. Spawn is one of the first films to feature an African American actor portraying a major comic book superhero, which was recently an animated series shown on HBO. This film had gotten dissed big time, but will I be able to prove they're wrong and what have you? Well, this film did alright against its budget and what have you, so I guess it's okay to talk the story. U.S. Marine Force Recon Lieutenant Colonel and CIA operative Al Simmons is assigned by his superior Jason Wynn to infiltrate a biochemical weapons plant in North Korea. Despite Simmons' growing moral qualms with the nature of his work, unknown to Simmons, Wynn has ordered his top assassin, Jessica Priest, to murder him while he's on the mission. Before Simmons dies, he's set on fire by Wynn, and the flames cause the plant to explode. Yeah, and he makes a threat to keep an eye on his wife, Wanda. And Al's like, "You, you touch her, you're a dead man." It's like, wrong. You're the dead man. Yep. Simmons arrives in Hell, where one of the rulers of Hell, Malbolgia, offers him a Faustian deal. If Simmons becomes his eternal servant and leader of his army in Armageddon, he will be able to return to Earth to see his wife, Wanda Blake. Simmons accepts the offer and returns to Earth. Upon his return as Spawn, he learns that 5 years have passed since his death. Wanda is now married to his best friend Terry Fitzgerald, who is living as the stepfather to his daughter Cyan. Spawn encounters a clown-like demon named Violator sent by Malbolgia, who acts as his guide down the path to evil. Spawn also meets and befriends a young homeless boy named Zach and a mysterious old man named Cogliostro, a fellow Hellspawn who has successfully freed his soul and now fights for heaven. Spawn learns that Wynn is now a weapons dealer and has developed a biological weapon called Heat 16. During the reception, Spawn attacks Wynn, kills Jessica, and escapes with the help of his necroplasm armor. Following the attack by Spawn, Violator convinces Wynn to have a device attached to his heart that will release Heat 16 worldwide if his vital signs flatline as a deterrent against assassination attempts. Malbolgia wants Simmons to kill Wynn and initiate the apocalypse. Spawn confronts Violator, who turns into his demonic form and beats him down. Cogliostro rescues him and teaches him how to use his necroplasm armor with Zack. Spawn learns that Violator and Wynn are going to try, not just try, but kill Terry, Cyan, and Wanda. And now the final act and ending, as always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Terry sends an email incriminating Wynn to a fellow newsman. Just as the email is sent, Cyan and Wynn enter the room. Wynn destroys Terry's computer and takes the family hostage. Spawn Cagliostro and Zack arrive and nearly kill Wynn, but Spawn extracts the device from Wynn's body instead and destroys it. With his plan foiled, Violator sends Spawn and Cagliostro to Hell, where they both battle the demon before subduing him. Spawn is then confronted by Malbolgia and tells the demon that he will never lead Hell's army. Spawn escapes with Cagliostro just before they are overwhelmed by Malbolgia's forces. Violator, having recovered, follows him. A final battle ensues, ending with Spawn decapitating the demon with his chains. Violator's head taunts the group and threatens him return before melting and returning to Hell. Wynn is arrested, and Spawn, realizing there is no place for him in Wanda's world anymore, dedicates himself to justice rather than succumbing to his lust for vengeance and returns to the streets with Cagliostro and Zack. End of story. So, what did I think of Spawn? Well, I've seen it a few times. Now, the film was originally supposed to be rated R, but however, the MPA resulted in the producers toning down the violence in this film to get PG-13. Well, when the film was released in August of 1997, so henceforth I was late on giving you this film for a review for its anniversary. Then it was released on VO cassette in its standard theatrical version and an R-rated version, which of course was dubbed the director's cut, which contained 45 minutes of additional footage not shown in theaters because the film's runtime was 96 minutes. Now, I recall seeing the director's cut maybe once or twice, but I need to watch that again. I've heard that's much better than what we got. So, anyway, the director's cut got released on DVD. Well, just before it even got released on VO cassette. So it was released on DVD, the director's cut, and then on Blu ray 14 years later in 2012. Now, it's never since from the comic. See, Terry, who was Al's best friend before his death, is actually black in the comics. In the film, he's white, portrayed by D.B. Sweeney. Todd McFarlane explained that this change was made by the studio to avoid having too many black leads, as they believed this would give the false impression that film's target audience was the African American demographic. And in the comics, Simmons' murderer is Chapel, a character created by Rob Liefeld for the comic Youngblood. Jessica Priest, a character created for the film, took Chapel's place in the movie. The comic book storyline was later retconned so that Jessica Priest was Al Simmons' killer and Chapel's involvement was forgotten. Yeah, I never got to read Spawn comics much. I did get to see a little bit of them. Anyway, yeah. When this film opened, it did okay, but it lost to Air Force One when it opened, and it went on to make 87 million worldwide against its 40 to 45 million dollar budget. So it did okay, but not great though. Anyway, it made 54 million in the US and 32 million overseas. This film's gotten this and still gets this like crazy. It's currently at a mere 17% on Rotten Tomatoes and says that it's an overbearing, overviolent film that adds little to the comic book adaptation genre. Roger Ebert, however, said that while the film's plot was snappy a little more than a setup for some of the most innovative effects of the era, so much that the film verged on surrealistic art film. And ended his review as a visual experience, Spawn is unforgettable. But his cohort, Gene Siskel, disagreed. The film lost him a mere 2 minutes after its intro. Oh well, it can't all be perfect. And Michael Jai White is not a fan of the film. He says, there is no footage of me ever saying that I liked the film. He never, and he have never said that he thought that was a good movie. And John Leguizamo in comment, the thing that Todd McFarlane brought to the comic book industry, which he stated in the early 1990s, was the edge, the darkness, the vulgarity, the violence. I think the movie would have profited from more violence, more vulgarity and being darker. Let it be truer to the comics. I absolutely do agree. I think it would have been a little better if it was more darker and what have you, and more violent and what have you. But like I said, check out the director's cut. Just forget the theatrical version, though. Despite being get dissed, it however got nominated for a Saturn Award and Blockbuster Entertainment Awards as well. Anyway, yes, this would be the first time for a leading role, well, for African American leading role for superhero flicks, before Blade came out the following year, which was also from New Line Cinema. Now, our cast included Michael Jai White as Al Simmons in Spawn. I'm gonna say he wasn't too bad, despite he doesn't like the movie. But that's understandable. John Leguizamo plays Violator, kind of a big surprise. Martin Sheen played Jason Wynn. I thought it was pretty good. Teresa Randall played Wanda. Nicole Williamson played Nicholas Cogliostro. D.B. Sweeney played Terry Fitzgerald. Melinda Clark played Jessica Priest. And playing Zack is Miko Hughes, who recently appeared in Wes Craven's New Nightmare 3 years before this. Of course, he also appeared in Pet Sematary and also on Full House. Todd McFarlane even has a cameo as a homeless man. And Frank Welker, voice guy himself, voices Malbolgia. Anyway, yeah, that's all I can tell you on that. Graham Revell does the score for the film, which is absolutely really good. And it also has a great soundtrack as well, featuring songs from various bad, tough, not just tough, but mean, vicious types of, well, scary or hard rock and heavy metal artists and other rock bands. They include the Prodigy, Silverchair, Incubus, and yes, even Marilyn Manson and the Crystal Method featuring Filter. And just about that's about it. So anyway, yeah, I will say the film does have a good soundtrack, but again, it could have just used some spin polish on the darkness and what have you. So that's about it. I can't really defend this film in ways. But I'd say words to the wise, stick with try and watch the director's cut if you can ever find it. So overall, would I recommend Spawn? Well, this is gonna be a draw between avoid it or give it a one-time watch. By giving it a one-time watch, I mean give the director's cut, go for it. If you really want to do the theatrical version, then so be it. But anyway, I hope for the best of luck they do a better remake. It's been in development hell for so long, but we don't know if we'll see Spawn back on the screen or not. But anyway, that's gonna do it. What did you think of Spawn? Did you like it or did you not like it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my review well, not a review, but the next episode of the Wide World of Game Shows with the Diamond Head game. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out my reviews for these other devilishly killer flicks and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Ghost Rider from 2007. The upper right-hand corner is my review of a devilishly funny flick, Lil Nicky, which was also released from New Line in 2000. Or if you would like something else with one of its stars, John Leguizamo, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review, well, a spoiler-free review for a recent film he was in, and that being in Violent Night from last Christmas. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.